It seems that Stacey Kozel has been running this scam for quite some time. We're going to talk about it here today on New to the Wire. Let's do this.
This is Teardrop, and welcome to New to the Wire.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, all right. There's going to actually be a part 3. And in part 3, we're going to talk about the financial situation behind this. But we're going to continue on with this Stacey Kozel story. All right. There's just something I want to show you in this video. Now, in episode 1, part 1 of this series, I asked if I'd been vindicated. And I think I laid out many of my doubts when it came to Stacey Kozel, whether she's hiked the PCT or not. Well, things have gotten a little bit heated up. Anyway, first and foremost, I want to direct you to obviously what you're seeing right behind me now. This is Stacey Kozel's Facebook page. And if you go to her fan Facebook page, it's also gone too. She has actually deleted all of her social media accounts, or at least privatized them, or whatever the fuck she's done. You cannot get a hold of her. Now, you may be asking yourself, why would someone do that? If someone that's accomplished these things, why would they do that? Why would they delete all this? And the reason is because there's a lot. She's trying to cleanse the internet of the evidence against her. Now, if you look right here, and okay, you may be asking me, why do you care all this much, JB, whether she did or she didn't? Well, I actually don't, if you want to know the truth. But when I see things like an ESPN story on this broad last year, when I see an entire PCT community up in arms about this, if you look right here, you'll see that people are talking about this. This is not something I made up. How did no one notice this inspirational hiker on the Pacific Crest Trail? As you can see. And that's a Deadspin.com article. And you can look at all the comments, as you can see. People are everywhere talking about her. Quadriplegic hiker Stacey Kozel knows no limits. Okay, as you see right here. There's an editor's note on that one. Now, I want to take you to the ESPN article. Because, I mean, if you scroll all the way down this thing, let me go ahead and continue to scroll you down. Because there's something particularly I want to show you very, very soon that I ended up getting from this page. Well, hell, may not even find it. All right, we may not find it. Anyway, I'm not going to take too much time looking for it. There we go. This person is talking about the difference in the markers. You know, everyone's talking about this. So this is not just a thing where JB is shit talking the paralyzed chick again, because that's not the situation. But when I see a woman get national headlines, when I see a woman collecting funds, and that's what the third video is going to be about. It's going to be to expose the financial scam behind this. This one, I'm just going to kind of put the icing on the cake. I want you to go right here. I want you to look right here. Now, what this is this is the Pacific Crest Trail Association's 2,600 miler list, right? Now, you're not going to see what you think you're going to see here. As you can see, 4,899 people have completed the trail. 88 people did it more than once. And I know what you may be saying. So did she do it? Well, if you look here, she's not on this year's thing, which is fine. It just probably hasn't been updated yet. But us in the community have done some research, and that's what I'm going to show you. Because this shows how far and how long she's actually been maybe even pulling this scam. She may have just gotten to the national headline, and to our sites this year and last year. But if you scroll down here in 2015, this is not a joke either. Oh no, where's the K? Oh shit, right here. If you look right here, Stacey Kozel, and at that time she called herself Captain O'Reilly. Now, I know what you're saying. Could this be a mistake? How many Stacey Kozels do you think have been on the Pacific Crest Trail? I'm just asking a question. That's not a normal, typical name. It's not something that you normally would see. We only got we got less than 5,000 people that's ever completed this thing. What is the odds of the same person, the same name, completing it twice? Stacey Kozel, if you're watching this, I'd like to know why your name is on the 2015, as you can see right here, Pacific Crest Trail 2600 miler list. Now, is this the evidence needed? I feel like it's the icing on the cake. It is the nail in the coffin. It is what it is. This woman has continuously attempted to pull the wool over our eyes. My mind was blown when I saw this shit. Period. And I want to give a big shout out to, let's see, because I actually got this from the PCT thing. Jason Nolan, right here. As you say, I think you guys need to sit down for this. Stacey Kozel's through hike the PCT in 2015. See what I'm saying? and hold on, I got to show you this shit because this shit gets good. This shit is actually really funny. Some of the memes that you'll see in here. Stacey and I crushed the PCT to Brian Williams. That is fucking excellent. Well, hell, my computer's slowing down, so fuck it. I think that's the... All right, so we're going to go ahead and get out of there. Oh, yeah, that's great. So as you can see, the internet community is definitely... there's the Stacey Kozel trophy, they're saying. As you can see, the internet community has definitely turned on Stacey Kozel. This is no longer just a JB thing, a teardrop thing. And so, I feel vindicated, of course. But now it's time to just, like I said, get to the bottom of this. So the timeline, according to what I'm seeing, is Stacey Kozel came out and hiked the PCT in 2015. God knows what kind of fun she created from that. So, she saw how it could be done and how it could be marketed. She then changed her name to Iron Will and came out and did the AT in 2016 claim to. We did go to Wolfpen Gap Country Store because Steve Gooch saw her, but she stayed for 4 days. Now, for those 4 days, he said the Gooches told me themselves that she required the electricity. She required a special treatment. Okay? So now what Stacey Kozel did is because Bob Gabrielson and Top of Georgia never saw her. No one in the entire rest of the South saw her. So you're telling me that she then went towards North Carolina and did not stop in Hiawassee or Top of Georgia Hostel? I find that hard to believe, ladies and gentlemen. I find that hard to believe. And keep in mind, I was down here. I was in the South. I was at Top of Georgia last year. I was at Wolfpen Gap Country Store, and I hiked. And there was no sign of Stacey Kozel for me. So, with all of that being said, I'm even questioning her AT hike. But the most important question I would have to ask you, Stacey Kozel, is why you would need to go back and through hike the PCT in 2017 and be so inspirational about it when you'd already done it in 2015, according to you. So, is it possible that this has been a scam that's been brewing for quite some time? Is that possible? So now what scam, you may ask? Well, I'm going to get to the financial aspect. So here's what I want to say, Stacey Kozel. I said it in the last video. I'm going to say it in this one. I'm offering you a chance to come on here. Tell your side of the story, and I will not be mean whatsoever. I will conduct myself as a journalist. I will ask the tough questions, yes, and you have to expect that. But I will not be uncivil whatsoever. You won't even so much as get a fucking cuss word out of me. And that's the truth. So, Stacey, I say we sit down, we talk about this, and we give the community the answers that they want. The one thing about being in this community, whether you're loved or hated, and I know all about that, is that we're willing to answer questions. And if you're not willing to face the questions that the community has, then you don't belong in the community. There's a lot of questions about you, and I think they need to be answered. So, with all this being said, I know this was kind of a jumbled video. I hope it gives you what you want. But as you can see, Stacey Kozel, and I know this is the mind-blowing. That is insanity. So, and you may be asking, well, why is that trail name say Captain O'Reilly? And that was a question I asked at first, too. But it is possible. I want you to think back to 2015 with me. My name wasn't Teardrop. My name was Southside. And before that, it was Gator. Do you see what I'm saying? Trail names can change. Stacey Kozel Her true name for me is Asterisk. Like I said, I will. She's not Iron Will to me. And Stacey, if you do have such an Iron Will, come on here and answer these questions. All right. In the next episode, I will get to the bottom. In my next version of this, my next part of this, I will get to the bottom of the money, because really that's what's important, because that's the trickle down effect it has on all of us hikers. Is she scamming people? How much money did she scam for? Even if it was just fucking $2,000, I don't care. You still did it fraudulently. And Stacey Kozel, I will find out. And I personally will make sure that you reap all the consequences for your fraudulent acts. I'm Teardrop, JB Gunner. I'm out of here. Shit's crazy.
Bye, bitches.